Emma Lawson had always believed that success belonged to people like her. She came from a wealthy family, drove an expensive car to college every morning, wore designer clothes, and never missed a chance to remind everyone that she was destined for greatness. Confidence wasn't her problem, it was humility to Emma. Kindness was a weakness, and anyone who didn't fit into her perfect world became an easy target. Among those students was Noah Carter, a quiet young man who always sat in the back of every classroom. He wore the same faded hoodie almost every day, carried an old backpack with broken zippers, and worked late-night shifts at a grocery store just to pay his tuition while other students spent weekends at parties. Noah spent his time studying in the library or delivering groceries to elderly people in his neighborhood for extra income. Emma noticed him on the first day of the semester. "Does anyone know where the charity box is?" she joked loudly as Noah walked into class. Several students laughed. Noah looked at her for a moment and quietly sat down without saying a single word. From that day on, Emma made him the center of her jokes. If Noah answered a question correctly, she would whisper loudly, "Even broken clocks are right twice a day." If he accidentally dropped his books, she would clap sarcastically. If he came to class tired after working all night, she would smirk and ask couldn't afford coffee again. Many students felt uncomfortable, but nobody stood up for Noah. They didn't want to become Emma's next target. Noah never argued, he simply smiled politely and continued working harder than everyone else. One rainy evening, Noah finished his grocery shift just after midnight. As he walked home through empty streets, he noticed an elderly homeless man shivering beneath a bridge. Without hesitation, Noah removed his own jacket and wrapped it around the old man's shoulders. "It's freezing," Noah said softly. "But what about you?" the man asked. "I'll be okay," the old man smiled with tears in his eyes. Noah walked the rest of the way home in the cold rain. No one saw what he had done. The next morning, Emma arrived at college with friends surrounding her. As Noah entered the classroom, soaked from the rain, Emma laughed. What happened? Couldn't even afford an umbrella again. Laughter filled the room again. Noah remained silent. Weeks turned into months. Despite working every night, Noah consistently earned the highest grades. Professors admired his dedication. Classmates often asked him for help with assignments. He never refused anyone. Even students who laughed at him found Noah willing to explain difficult lessons patiently. Emma hated seeing him receive praise. She believed popularity mattered more than intelligence. One afternoon, the professor announced a prestigious national innovation competition. The winning team would receive a full scholarship, internships with major companies, and a cash prize of $100,000. Students immediately formed teams. Emma confidently gathered the most popular students. Noah wasn't invited by anyone. Finally, another quiet student named Lily approached him. "We may not win," she admitted, "but would you like to work together?" Noah smiled. "I'd be honored." For 3 months, they worked tirelessly, while Emma's team focused on flashy presentations. Noah and Lily focused on solving a real-world problem, creating affordable medical software to help rural clinics diagnose patients faster. Every night after work, Noah coded until sunrise. Sometimes he slept only 2 hours before class. Emma often mocked him. "Maybe if you spent less time pretending to be a genius, you'd actually have friends." Noah simply replied, "Thank you for your concern." Competition day finally arrived. Hundreds of students gathered inside the university auditorium. Emma's team delivered an impressive presentation with expensive animations and polished speeches. The audience applauded enthusiastically. Then Noah and Lily walked onto the stage. Their presentation wasn't glamorous. Their slides were simple, but when Noah demonstrated how their software could help doctors save lives in remote villages where hospitals lacked specialists, the entire room fell silent. The judges leaned forward. Every question they asked was answered confidently. At the end, the audience stood for a long applause. Emma suddenly felt nervous. Hours later, the chief judge returned to announce the winners. First place. He paused dramatically. Goes to Noah Carter and Lily Brooks. Thunderous applause erupted. Many students stood on their feet. Emma's smile disappeared instantly. Noah received the scholarship, the internship offer, and the prize money. Reporters interviewed him afterward. One journalist asked, "What motivated you to work so hard?" Noah smiled gently. "I've learned that difficult circumstances can either break you or build you. I chose to let mine build me." His answer spread across social media. Within days, millions watched the interview. People admired not only his intelligence, but also his humility. Meanwhile, Emma struggled. Her father's business unexpectedly collapsed. After years of financial mismanagement, their luxurious home was sold. The expensive cars disappeared. Emma suddenly found herself searching for part-time jobs just to continue college for the first time in her life. Employers rejected her applications. She had no experience, no practical skills, no connections willing to help anymore. The friends who once surrounded her slowly disappeared. Popularity vanished the moment money did. One afternoon, she entered a small technology company for an interview. The receptionist welcomed her politely before asking her to wait. Minutes later, the office door opened. Emma looked up. Standing there was Noah. He was wearing a tailored suit. Employees greeted him respectfully. Someone whispered, "Good morning." "Mr. Carter." Emma froze. Noah wasn't just working there. He owned the company after winning the national competition. Investors had funded his medical software startup. Within 2 years, hospitals across the country were using his technology. His company had grown into one of the fastest-rising healthcare businesses. Emma couldn't believe her eyes. The same student she had humiliated every day now led hundreds of employees. She lowered her head in embarrassment. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I don't deserve to be here." Noah looked at her calmly. "I remember everything." Emma felt tears forming. "I was cruel, yes." Noah replied honestly. Silence filled the room. Then Noah continued, "But people can change." Emma looked up slowly. "I've spent years regretting how I treated you." Noah nodded. "I know what it's like to be judged by appearances." He smiled kindly. "I won't make the same mistake." Emma broke down, crying for the first time in years. Someone had answered cruelty with compassion. Noah offered her a position, not because she deserved special treatment, but because he believed everyone deserved an opportunity to grow. The job wasn't glamorous. She started as an entry-level assistant. She answered phones, organized files, learned everything from the beginning. Nobody received favors, including her. Months passed. Emma worked harder than she ever had before. She arrived early, stayed late, asked questions, accepted criticism without complaining. Gradually, she earned everyone's respect. One evening after work, Emma found Noah still sitting in the office reviewing reports. She hesitated before speaking. "Why did you help me after everything I did?" Noah closed his laptop. "When someone hurts you," he said quietly, "you have two choices. You can continue the cycle by hurting them back, or you can end the cycle with kindness." Emma remained silent. "My mother taught me something before she passed away." Noah continued. "Never let another person's darkness become your own." "I promised I'd never forget that." Emma wiped away tears. "I spent years trying to make you feel small." Noah smiled. "But your words never defined my future." Those words stayed with Emma forever. Years later, Noah's company expanded internationally. Its medical technology reached clinics in dozens of countries, helping millions of patients receive faster diagnosis and better care. Emma eventually became one of the company's most respected project managers, not because of who she used to be, but because of who she had become. During a university graduation ceremony, Noah returned as the keynote speaker. The same auditorium where he had once been mocked was now filled with students, eager to hear his story. He stood at the podium and looked across the audience. "I wasn't the smartest person here," he began. "I wasn't the richest. I wasn't the most popular. But I discovered something more powerful than all three." The room became silent. Character. He looked toward Emma, who smiled proudly from the front row. "People will judge your clothes, your background, your accent, your bank account, and even your dreams. Don't spend your life trying to prove them wrong. Spend your life becoming the person you were created to be." The audience erupted into applause. Some students wiped tears from their eyes. Many remembered moments when they had judged others too quickly. Others remembered times they had been judged unfairly themselves. As the ceremony ended, dozens of students approached Noah, thanking him for inspiring them. Emma watched quietly. She realized that real success wasn't measured by wealth, popularity, or power. It was measured by the lives you changed, the people you lifted, and the kindness you chose when revenge would have been easier. The young man she had humiliated every day in college had, indeed, changed her life, but not through success alone. He changed it by proving that dignity is stronger than insults, forgiveness is greater than revenge, and true greatness belongs to those who never stop choosing kindness. No matter how cruel the world becomes,